right, hello everyone. For this tutorial, I'm specifically going to cover the Gale In Context database suite's unique feature that I really love and think is incredibly useful for research, but not a lot of people know about it. You should be able to get to the Brine Library databases page by now, and you should be able to get to Gale In Context, any of those databases. I'm particularly using opposing viewpoints, and then also make sure you sign in using your ESJ Google username. So let's get started. Okay, to start this tutorial off, we are going to need an article, and I'm just going to pick infectious diseases because that is very relevant right now. So I'll click on the overview page and just start with this. So this is Gale's overview page of the topic, infectious diseases, and it has links to other articles, etc. This tutorial, I'm specifically going over this little feature here that says highlights and notes. Now it says 0 next to it, but we will remedy that very quickly. So let's say you are reading an article on a Gale database and you really like it and you're dedicated to reading the whole thing while it is in front of you. But it's kind of hard to go back and forth between taking notes on the article and reading it. What you can do with Gale database articles is you can go in and you can decide to highlight a sentence that you might think is very powerful. So how about the mistaken belief that infectious diseases were problems of the past prompted the governments of many countries, including the United States, to neglect public health programs that were aimed at preventing and treating infectious diseases. So let's say you read that and you really like that, you want to use it in a paper. You select it, and then a gray bar will pop up with these options. So define is pretty simple. You just click on a word and then ask Gale to define it for you. But in this case, we like this whole sentence, so let's choose to highlight it. And I'll go ahead and decide to highlight it in yellow. Now I can also choose to put a note on it. So let's say I decide that this is a good point for paragraph 3 of my paper. I can save that, and anytime I want, I can look at the note, I can add to it, etc. I can also choose to take this highlight and note away if I really wanted to. Now, as you're reading, you can keep doing this, and you can choose different colors. You can decide to write a note or not. So maybe I'll just make something up and say, wow, great point, exclamation point. I gotta scroll down a little bit and make sure my note is still there. Yep. Okay, so let's say I do this all over this article. Okay, well that's really great, but how am I gonna get all of that to save? Well, if I click my Google Drive icon, or if I choose to send to Google Drive, let's go from the paper airplane. The article gets sent to my Google Drive, infectious diseases. I'll just go ahead and pop over here and refresh. Oh, nope, there it is. If you then click on it after you're done highlighting and adding notes, your highlights transfer with it, as well as, all the way down, your notes. Now this one didn't come with the wow, good point note, but yeah, so it'll match up your note with the highlighted part. It'll just show highlights if you really like them. So you can read the article in one go on the Gale database if you want, and highlight it, make notes, all of that kind of good stuff. And again, the article comes with a source citation. You can change which citation it comes with, but in general, for our Research 8 class, it should come with the MLA 8th edition. So this is a feature of Gale databases that I just really love. I think it's so cool that it lets you just kind of skip the step of having to switch back and forth between documents or transfer written notes into a different document, all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you find this useful, and I hope that you use it. And this is a feature that all of the Gale In Context databases that we have access to use. All right, thank you for watching.